So we're good to go? See- Well, hello everyone. Thanks for taking the time to log in or to listen to our West Side Walk 2026 tips and tricks. Um, Excited to have a few people here with us today that are going to share about our upcoming West Side Walk that's going to be taking place on September 26th. The event starts and ends at our beautiful clubhouse on Bridge Street at 1806. And registration is at 9 o'clock in the morning. And we will have an opening ceremony and kick off the walk at 10 a.m. My name is Sean Campbell, and I have the pleasure of serving Gilda's Club as the Vice President of Development. And joining me today to talk about the walk are my colleagues Will Osborne, who is our Director of Corporate Relations and Events,
Hi, good
and
morning or good afternoon.
and Sierra Bells, who is our Communications Specialist. And then we also have a special guest, Kurt Barnes, who is on our West Side Walk Planning Committee and has volunteered for Gilda's a number of times. So we're looking forward to a nice conversation today to go over all things about walk. But I'd like to kick off our conversation with Kurt and just have him share a little bit with everybody about why Gilda's Club's mission is important to him and what has led him to volunteer and be a part of West Side Walk.
Hey, Sean, thanks for inviting me today. It's great to be here. It's great to
Um,
talk with everyone. Yeah, my journey at Gilda's has been kind of a long one. I came here in uh, the early part of 2022 after my daughter had passed away from cancer at the end of 2021 and joined the Parent Grief Group and did my journey with grief and found a lot of just healing here at Gilda's and was there were a lot of people showed me a lot of grace during my time here and it allowed me to get my feet back underneath me and get up and going again after that experience. And now I have a true passion for Gilda's because I really believe in paying it forward. So, I say it all the time. I want to do everything I can to make sure that the lights are on and the red doors open because there's someone else out there that needs Gilda's and they might not even know it yet. So I want to make sure that it's here and it's running when someone needs it.
Kurt, share with everybody your daughter's name.
My daughter's name is Emily, Emily Grace. She was a great kid. She was a couple weeks shy of her 22nd birthday when she passed away. I miss her every day. And a lot of this I do to honor her memory also.
Yeah. And one really cool thing I'll also share is that Kurt and his mom have gifted us a beautiful painting in Emily's room. All of our support group rooms at the clubhouse. If you haven't been here, and here's your open invitation for a tour by any of us on staff or by Kurt uh, to come and see. But they're named after we're named after Gilda Radner, one of the first comedians for Saturday Night Live. I think the first female comedian for sure, who had an ovarian cancer journey. And she had different characters on SNL, and one of them was Emily. So we actually have Emily's room, and we also have a beautiful watercolor that Kurt and his mom gifted us for Emily's room that is similar to his daughter Emily. Not exactly the picture of her, but is a nice place in that support group room as well. So we exist to provide those programs and services that Kurt mentioned, to provide free cancer and grief support to the communities. The last thing anyone going through life's tough stuff needs is another bill. And by West Side Walk is our fastest growing, largest event to help keep those programs free. And there's a lot of ways that we can get connected. Um, I wanted to just have Kurt do a little follow up on, Kurt, how does the walk event kind of incorporate that mission into walk day? And how can people feel when they come on the property for walk?
For me as a member and someone who went through program here, um, there's just so many things on walk day that kind of tie your journey all together. I mean, when you get here in the morning, you can go to the Lineage of Love fence and you can write a little message to your person and just in remembrance of them and add that to the community. Everyone here is welcome to put something up there just to remember a person that's important in their life, family members, whoever. And throughout the entire day of walk, I've shared so many hugs and laughs and some tears, to be honest with you, with just people that were on my journey with me and friends that I've developed here at the clubhouse through my volunteering work and other volunteers. And it's just such a space full of just grace and love the entire day and remembrance. And it's just one of my favorite days of the year here at Gilda's, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. So, Sierra, if someone is thinking about getting involved in walk, what are those first initial steps?
So your first initial steps are you kind of want to decide if you're going to walk as an individual or if you want to create a team or join an already existing team. We do also have a Friends of Gildas team for anyone, member, volunteers, anyone that just kind of knows of Gildas that might not want to create one but still wants to be part of a team. And then you can go to our website. So I'm going to share my screen and kind of walk you guys through this. Somewhere. So if you are on our homepage, you can go to special events. Can everyone see this, by the way?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Go to special events, down to West Side Walk. And then if you click register today, that's going to take you to our full web page. Um, you go. You can click register, but first we're going to look kind of at our page. We've got all about the walk with our 9 a.m. registration and then 10 a.m. start walk. So we do encourage registration beforehand, but if you have a friend or family member that wants to tag along the day of, they're welcome to come register the day of as well. We've got some frequently asked questions, a very in detail step-by-step guide, some sponsor information, the walk route, and then our goal. So our goal this year is $225,000. And then we've got some of our sponsors on the website. And this list is growing as well. And then we've got a breakdown of some of the people that are already registered and our top teams that are already registered. So you can see our fundraising leaderboard going on at the bottom of the web page. But if you go back up to the register button, it's just a very easy step-by-step process. Join as an individual, join a team, create a team, and it'll kind of just guide you through those next steps on how to go about joining.
Awesome. And is there a charge to participate?
Nope, free registration. We do encourage fundraising, but it's not a barrier, so anyone can come.
I think that's one of the things that I love about this event is that it is accessible to everybody. We welcome the community. The more the merrier. People want to learn about Gilda's Club. It's a great first way to dip your toe in to come to the property. We do offer tours at the clubhouse that day as well.
And then, while I'm currently already sharing my screen, I will like to share the 2026 t-shirt. So this is kind of the first release. Other people outside of the committee are going to be seeing it. Um, so if you can see that, that will be our 2026 West Side Walk t-shirt. So that is for fundraisers who raise $150. And then the other incentive levels will be coming out shortly as well.
And those levels are at what dollar amounts?
So the t-shirt is at 150, and then the next incentive level will be at 500, and then the last one will be at 1,000.
Awesome. So you had mentioned and showed kind of that leaderboard, and we do awards at this event and recognize various teams and top individuals. Will, what does sponsorship look like for West Side Walk?
That is a very loaded question because it can mean so many different things with sponsorship engagement for the West Side Walk. First, it's a great opportunity for companies to support Gilda's Club and our mission of providing free cancer and grief support groups to our members. As Sierra showed the website, we're so thankful for our presenting sponsors of Bridge Street Market and LMCU for their years of support and being the co-presenting sponsors for this event, along with our other sponsors as well. So you can engage with an event sponsorship that has different levels of support. There's visibility for your company, whether that's through things like signage or marketing materials, social media, website presence. We also have opportunities for sponsors to have a vendor booth on the parking lot the day of the walk so you can interact directly with all of our walkers and attendees that day. As Sierra mentioned, another great opportunity for corporations to get involved is forming their own team. We have companies who don't do a traditional sponsorship, but they still want to use the day of the walk as an opportunity for employee engagement, a team building opportunity, and really encourage their employees to participate as walkers and fundraisers. And then we also have volunteer opportunities too for those people who would like to get here and help set up, or you want to help tear down at the end of the day. There are many ways for corporations to engage. And like I said, most importantly, it all helps Gilda's Club and helps us sustain our free programming. And it's a great way for companies to be involved in the community here in West Michigan.
Yeah. Tell the group a little bit about some of the companies and the booths that we've had here so they know what to expect from a family engagement as well.
Well, like I said, first, Bridge Street Market and LMCU are co-presenting sponsors. Both have a vendor booth. Bridge Street Market brings out some great goodies for the kids with some apples and bananas, some giveaways. LMCU provides some cookies, some prizes. There's a lot of swag that people can go pick up at each booth. We've had different companies. Emmanuel Hospice is a great supporter of our event, Applied Innovation. So there's different areas. If you're looking to engage with an audience of around 500 people on a Saturday morning and get your branding and your messaging out there to a great audience of great supporters, I'd love to talk to you and connect more.
Yeah. And I think some of the other fun things, Will mentioned Bridge Street Market, which is part of Meyer. And so Meyer brings out, they have been wonderful community partners, not just for Gilda's, but for our community as a whole. They bring out their parade truck, which is from
Mhm.
the early 1900s. So kids often really, and adults too, like to get their picture taken with the Meyer parade truck. It's a real throwback and a fun thing. Last year, Wolverine Building had a piece of heavy equipment out here that kids could, take pictures on. And I won't even pretend to know what the name of the equipment is. I was going to say something, but I'm going to stop myself because it won't be correct. But we usually have a kids area that
Mhm.
our Noogie Land coordinator, Chelsea, who takes care of our kiddos here at Gilda's Club, puts together a really fun engagement area for the kids as well. And we have a plethora of area mascots and volunteers who are coming out. There's the 50C3 Legion or 501 Legion of Star Wars characters that are here, and there's superheroes. Um, for many years, we've also had the Kent County Mounted Sheriff's Unit here with the horses. So that morning time during registration, before the walk starts and after registration, is just a really fun time. We're on 6 acres here to explore the grounds, to have those corporate engagements that Will was mentioning, and then just civic engagements with groups that have come out. And participated in that way too. So, one thing, well, I'm going to ask you to mention is about signs, is another activation point for people along the walk route.
Yeah, so along the walk route, which is just about a mile and a half around the block, as Sean mentioned, we're located off Bridge Street in West Michigan, and we line the route with different signs of support, whether that's a corporation sign of support or your company wants to sponsor, or it could be a sign in honor of someone or in memory of a loved one. as well. We open up all opportunities for people who want to be able to do something like that. They're only $100. It's a very manageable um, cost, and it's fun to see all the signs that are just scattered throughout the walk route, and people stop and take pictures with their sign. If it's someone they bought in memory or in honor of someone, or a company who has a team stops and takes a picture in front of their own sign, it's a really fun way for people to engage during the walk as well.
So, thank you. So we've talked a little bit about the nuts and bolts and how to get registered online. And if you need any help, there is that frequently asked questions document right on the website, but also the team is here to be able to help folks. Let's talk a little bit and shift into the fundraising. $225,000 is a large goal. We're going to get there with this incredible team that we have and people who have signed up and walked and fundraised. And I'm just curious, Kurt, you are a big fundraiser for this event. How do you go about asking people to help support Gilda's?
I think the first step is just to ask. It's surprising to me how receptive most people are when they hear the mission of Gilda's and what you're asking them to participate in. They might not be able to participate at that time, but nobody's offended that you asked. They always are very positive in their response to it. And I'll share a quick story with you this year. I was in the dentist chair getting a crown put on, and my dentist, she knows my story and what my journey has been. And I brought a sign slip along with registration, and we had a quick talk at the end of the appointment, and she bought 3 signs. So, it's a good opportunity for her to put her name out in front of a bunch of people and in the community. But yeah, it's just anywhere you could think of, you can find someone to ask if they'd like to participate.
Well, and we had an early fundraising incentive that ended in June on Gilda Radner's birthday, and the folks on the screen all earned their 3/4 zips. Will, what did you do to kind of rally the troops to get your fundraising to that
A
early
variety of
incentive?
ways as well. A lot of it was reaching out to family members. My family has a personal connection with cancer and grief, and it's something that resonates with not just my family, but a lot of families as well. And so, my brothers, my sister, my parents, aunts, uncles, cousins really want to support the mission. So I just read, hey, any dollar amount. I'm not asking for you to make a 500, 1,000, but 5, 10, 25, 50, anything you can give, it all adds up and it all makes a difference. So family members, as Kurt mentioned, his dentist, I reached out to my real estate agent who I bought a house from. So people are, like Kurt said, they're not offended when you ask. They want to support the mission. It's something that resonates with a lot of people. So it's fun to talk to those people, and they want to support you.
How about you, Sierra?
So kicking off my fundraising, we do have some other opportunities like volunteering for the Whitecaps. That actually what we get from them from like the 50/50 when we sold tickets. If you are registered, goes to your page. So it's a way for volunteers that maybe can't give a direct donation to still start their fundraising and kick off that page. So that was a big chunk of my page. And then some signs of support. And then also, yes, definitely reaching out to the families and friends, um, all the sisters, grandparents. And definitely, even it doesn't matter if it's $5 or more, it all adds up eventually. And then just getting that starting point helps you go
Mhm.
further.
And Sierra, as our marketing person, how does social media play into fundraising for us?
Yeah, it's huge. It's a great way to reach out to all your connections at once, or even spark some people that maybe you aren't directly reaching to, but maybe they see a Facebook post, they can then give to you. Or if you share your story, that person, it might mean something to them. It might tick that one box that's like, oh, I want to be a part of this. I want to give to this. That resonates with me. So once you register directly from your page, you can actually share it directly to Facebook. You can also share the links and stuff to any other social media platforms you want. But also, once you register, you will also be receiving our fundraising toolkit. like this one in the mail that takes you step by step through all of those things. It also does let you know that you can give us a follow as well. Tag us in anything that you guys post, but it talks you through how you guys can go about sharing your own story, how to word it. If you want to reach out to friends and family through text, through email, and kind of just getting the word out there. Because then again, Kurt said it really is just that ask,
Yeah.
that starting
And
point.
there's really no wrong way. We've shared a lot
Mhm.
of ideas, and even old school things work too. We have helped someone send letters to people and ask for a gift. Uh, we have the opportunity to help if you do think that you want to send letters out, or if you want like a little business card with a QR code that connects to your page, we'd be happy to help if you're going to get those out in the community as a way for people to be able to quickly make a gift onto your page. 2026 is a special year for Gilda's Club. We, in February, turned 25 years old, celebrated our 25th anniversary. Over the course of those 25 years, we have served over, nearly 600,000 visits to our clubhouse and the work that we do in the community and our satellite in Lowell. And one thing I was even thinking about, because I think it's cool, I will say the majority, all of our staff really participate as well. And I think that says a lot for the event, that when we're asking others to give, the staff are coming alongside. We have a pretty healthy competition with our board of directors that the staff has won the last couple years, but I think they're really trying to grease their wheels and see if they can beat the staff this year. And I was thinking about today, um, in honor of that 25th anniversary, my next personal social media post will just be asking for $25. And some people will give more, and that's great, but it also feels like an accessible amount in honor of the anniversary. Like, who has $25 for free cancer and grief support today? And personally, I've been at Gilda's for 10 years, so I always try to come up with something different, every year to help. And one year, if people made a gift, I walked with a sign with everybody's name on it, because unfortunately, with 1 in 2 men affected by cancer and 1 in 3 women, and everybody experiencing the death of someone in our life due to any cause, our mission resonates with a lot of people. So I offered to put the name of their person on a sign and then walk with that sign that year. I don't always get the opportunity to walk. Sierra, what can people do if they feel like it's a 1.5 mile walk? We have folks who are in treatment, maybe different abilities. Do you have to walk the walk?
You do not have to walk the walk. You don't have to be there day of. If you are day of and you don't want to walk, you can hang out at our clubhouse. Will said there's all the sponsors and tables going on. The DJ will still be playing music. There's seating. There's still multiple people that stay and hang out, so you can get to know some other people, talk to them. If you do want to walk and you just don't know if you're going to make it all the way through the 1.5 mile loop, we do have golf carts that can pick you up. So we do encourage people to walk, even if you can't, even if you just want to go up and down the driveway, that works too. And then if you can't make it the day of, you can do your own virtual walk, walk around your block, um, anything that kind of helps you be there, I guess.
And are our four-legged friends able to join?
Yes, as long as dogs are on a leash and well behaved, they are welcome to join.
Awesome. We do have that new start time this year with 9 o'clock registration. That's an hour earlier. We'll have some fun and some breakfast items out with those sponsors in the 10 o'clock opening ceremony. And then the walk, we anticipate things will be wrapped up right around noon and get everybody out for their football or whatever their fall fun is for that day. Um, to raise the t-shirt, just some clarity around that. It is $150, and we have a bank night that is typically held the Thursday before the walk, so people could stop by and pick up their t-shirt. that day at the clubhouse, or they can get it the day of the walk too. Um, but everybody who wants to earn that t-shirt needs to be registered independently and have their $150. So if you're thinking to yourself, oh, I don't know how to get started. I mean, I would just encourage, 15 friends or family members to give $10 and you've earned that shirt. And it's so important to make that first self donation before you go out and ask others, because a lot of times people might look at your web page and say, oh, there's no money here. Like, you got to put a little bit of your own. I would encourage that at whatever amount, you're comfortable with, to just put some in. The web page that Sierra showed can be personalized with a photo. You can walk in honor or memory of someone. Um, really encourage. We know that people who take the time to share their story actually raise more money for the mission than people who haven't taken time on that page to upload a photo and share that story. Um, any other tips that I'm forgetting, gang? Kurt, anything that comes to mind from our friends Leslie and Daryl who haven't been here, or did I miss any tips?
I think probably the biggest tip I would give is just that getting started, and you spoke to
Mhm.
that for a moment of once you get something started, it seems to snowball from there. So
And
getting that,
Kurt mentioned his dentist, vets, hairstylist. Sierra had a hairstylist contribution. People that you spend money with are also
Mhm.
really good. I think Will got his movers, or you might have already said that. So,
Mhm.
um, to participate too. So
I
I would
got a little
say,
money back from my financial advisor.
yeah.
That was pretty exciting. So
perfect.
it's uh it's just asking anybody and everybody.
And then if you're wanting to do something on your own, obviously pop can recycling or yard sales or anything like that that raises money that you want to put toward your walk page. That's also very, great way to raise some money.
Yeah, my husband has been on me to clean out my clay flower pots. And I really didn't want to do the whole Facebook Marketplace thing, but I know that they have value. So, to
Hmm.
Will's point, I'm going to put those out and just say donation to Gilda's and see what happens with those and clean those out.
Something that I thought was pretty innovative that I saw a cancer support group overheard them while I was working here at the clubhouse, and they're talking about partnering with a local restaurant and having a spaghetti dinner. And they were putting all that together on their own, and they were going to raise that for their group. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Another tip is to check with your employers to see if there's any kind of
Hmm.
employee match. Some naturally have matches listed, but some, if they hear about what you're doing, Wolverine Building matched all of their employees' donations, as did one of our other corporate partners, Wolverine Coil. They do a match, and they've done bake sales are really popular. We all have a little bit of a sweet tooth, so that's a great way to get contributions in.
Yeah, and then I will add, outside of just fundraising the day of walk, it really is a community-wide event, and you can get your team together we encourage you to dress up, whether if you want to wear tutus, or there's a team called the Land Sharks, and they all have shark socks sometimes or stickers. So kind of just to get that team spirit and find something to do that you guys can do together and show that representation. Or if you're a company team, sometimes they all have matching shirts or something just to really have that team spirit the day of walk. It makes it more exciting.
Great. Anyone who is online with us, are there any questions that we can answer as we wrap up?
No, I think when you register and you get that book in the mail, that's probably going to cover any questions that I I wrote down. So I just was wondering about parking that day at the club. How does that work? Like I expect there'll be a big turnout, so what's parking like?
Will, do you want to take that one?
Yeah. So our parking lot, which is freshly repaved thanks to a lot of great supporters. A brand new parking lot at the clubhouse. It is closed to public parking, so we do have great partners across the street at Union High School who do allow us to utilize their parking lot for the day of the walk. There's also street parking available, and we'll have shuttles running people back and forth. Sierra mentioned golf carts. So if you are parking over at Union and you have trouble getting out the driveway, we will have some transportation for you to get to the clubhouse.
Perfect. Thank you.
That was a great question. Thanks for asking it. Anything else that we can answer today? Okay, well, everybody can find us at gildasclubgr.org and get connected. There's also the staff team is listed there if you need to send us an email. And we look forward to having everybody out on September 26th at the clubhouse. Thanks for joining us, Kurt.
Thanks for having me. I enjoyed this. Thank you.
Yeah, and thanks for dialing in the folks who did that, and we'll share this recording with others.
Thank you.